Okay, guys, let's get going. How's everybody today? Pretty good, huh? Okay, let me just post something in the chat. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Could you let me know if you could hear me? My computer's being a little bit strange. Okay, if it freezes or buffers or lags, then just pause it. Okay, can you guys hear me? Yes? Okay, very good. Thank you, Cold Fusion. All right, let's get going, guys. Shit, what is happening? It is, today is Friday in Asia. Yes, it is Friday, and that means it is the weekend. The weekend has begun, pretty much, okay? Which means, okay, very good, very good. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Glizzard, and Ate My Cash. Ate My Cash. Yeah, so it's Friday, and that means the move is pretty much done. Okay, I've taken a look back at the price, and pretty much after on every Wednesday or Thursday, around every Wednesday or Thursday, there's like a significant move, and the price usually doesn't get back to that point. But wow, look at this, eh? Wow, this is interesting. Why the fuck am I on a 33-minute chart? Okay, whatever. Yeah, so yesterday, actually not just yesterday, initially I was expecting for the price to come back up to this line here. It didn't though. It really didn't. And yeah, it just kept going down. And so yeah, I called that play yesterday. And what did I call it based on? Well, you guys remember me talking about the 800 EMA and 1000 TEMA cross, right? Where's my 1000 TEMA? This is my 800 on this? Yeah, okay. Look at that cross. You see that? Bang, that killed it. Do you see it? That cross? It happened. This is on the 33-minute. Why the fuck am I on the 33-minute? Let's go to the 6-minute. All right, that cross killed it. It nailed it. It was right here. It was actually right here at 9,200. That's on the 6-minute. And after that, yeah, it did come downhill. And yeah, it can never cross again. Now, looking at the 6-minute, shit, what does the price like to do? It likes to make a bounce back after a dump up to this yellow. And the yellow on this chart is the LSMA 5000. It likes to come up there. Okay, it does like to do that. See, it does like to do that. It does. So I'm expecting, what am I expecting? A move back up there would be interesting. Okay, so that's there. Now let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Now if you look here at the 6-minute, just as I said in my last stream, this is all a chop. It's gonna chop. But the problem now is, okay, since this move is already done, I believe it's done. Now, what I believe is it needs to get above support above 7,700, or else it's going to go down to 6Ks. I believe that. Now, what tipped me off to this was actually LTC. Now, I'm going to show you LTC here. All right, this is my LTC chart. And yesterday, what LTC was doing was it was just coming down. It was coming down, coming down. I forgot exactly where. And I looked at the 1999 chart for LTC for on the 4-hour. And it told me that LTC is going to die. Do you see that? That was a 4-hour 1999 chart on LTC. So what had happened? Yeah, now I remember. Okay, what had happened was, what had happened yesterday was that fuck, where is that, man? Okay, what had happened? What had happened? Aha! Okay, yes, this is it. Yesterday, the 1 minute BTC chart had already topped, the 1999 chart had already topped. And I said, wow, it would really suck if that was the top, right? And every time that the 1999 chart goes for a top, you could go back and take a look at the history. It goes for a dump. So it had already topped and it came down here. It didn't dump much at that point. So it would have been very late for me to take a trade based off of that, right? So why? Because this was already down here. So I had to come up with a way to enter a trade. I had to come up with a way to look for a safe entry. And my 1 minute, the 6 minute yesterday hadn't bottomed at that time. At that time, I remember that it hadn't bottomed. But it was nonetheless, I couldn't have used a 6 minute 11:11 to get an entry. And the 1 minute, I think it was already dumping. I couldn't have used that for an entry. Now, my issue right now is, so I looked at the LTC chart. I mean, I was just looking through different charts and I happened to see the LTC chart. It was just a coincidence, actually. And I saw this 4-hour coming down. And I knew that it's going to go for a dump. And now what is happening here is actually very scary. Okay, so let's get into this first. This is very scary. And the reason why it's scary is you can just take a look here. This is the top right here in June. And since then, it's been coming down. All right, and same thing for BTC. Let's go. See 4-hour. And I tell you guys that the 1999 is the grandmaster. Okay, it's a grandmaster of charts like that. That's BTC, and BTC is ready to come on down. Do you see that? It's ready to come down. Now, very interesting indeed. Okay, very interesting. It's ready to come down. Okay, so that was the top. If you guys think this is going to go bullish, don't think so. Now, also in my last live stream, now I'm gonna come back to this in a minute. Okay, I'm coming back to this. In my last live stream, I talked to you guys about the 4-hour 11:11 chart. Okay, where's the 4-hour? I need to get to the local price action right now. This here is a 4-hour 11:11 chart, and I told you it was coming down. Right? We talked about that. It was just coming down, and this was when? June, and now it's right down here. Do you see that? Right down here, right at this support. Right here. This is the close to bottom. But that's not the bottom now. The problem here is these EMAs are coming down, and this could go much lower. What happens when it comes down here? Fuck, maybe I should have held that short, but it's okay. It'll make it bounce. What happens when it comes down here? Yeah, it'll make it'll chop around here for a bit. This is last year, June. Right? May, June. And then it'll make a bear bounce up and back down. Chop, chop, chop down. Okay? That's what I'm expecting. It could just tank. Who knows? Right? Or it could just bounce up. But this is what I'm looking for now. Right? Since we're already here, it's going to go down. Down, down, down. Okay? So I already showed you guys that in the last live stream. I called this, actually. And, yeah. So I believe this is headed lower. Now, where's the support on this? At minus 92.5? The last time it was around minus 92.5, we were talking about January levels. See that? I said that yesterday too. January levels. That's the support here. Do you understand that? So where's this going? It's going to January levels, which means I should short it. Fuck. Okay. It's going to January levels. Now, what's not... Okay, now that's what BTC is telling me. Now, LTC is telling me the same thing. The LTC right now, as long as it's holding this support here at 47.30. Do you see this here? Around here? That's one level of support, okay? At 47.30. Now, where would that be on the Williams? Right there. Bang! Do you see that? I'll make this a dotted line. You see? You see it's on this support, and below that support, it's another level. Do you see that? Which level becomes support below that? Right here. This one right here. This is January 9th to... January 9th becomes your next support if you fall down. If you break down, you're going to January 9th. Do you see that? You're going to January 9th. So, if LTC breaks here, it's going to January 9th levels. Okay, January 6th, January 9th. All right, so LTC, January 6th, January 9th, how much was it? Eh, 42. Okay, 41, 42. All right, and you think that's going to hold? Probably not. Beat down, okay? BTC, January 9th, January 9th. What are the BTC levels? Fuck, this is my 4 hour. January 9th, around that time. No. It's the end of the year, guys. Yeah, people are going to call me fucking nuts now. I'm not nuts. I've been right. I've been right all along. And you know how long I've been right for? A long time, but now I'm believing in myself. January 9th. Okay. Hey, guys, let's go back to 3-4K. Right there. That's your support. Okay? That's your support. 3 to 4K. All right. Now, here's the deal, folks. This LTC, as soon as it gets below here, as soon as LTC gets below 47, we short. Okay? We short. Or, what I believe is going to happen, I believe LTC could make a bounce here and move back up and take out. Do you see? It can move up here to this red 2-to-1 Gann fan line. Now, why would it do that? Well, it would do that to get all of these guys and their stops. It could keep chopping, so it could hit all of these fucking shorts, everybody who shorted here. Do you see it? So it's likely it's going to chop up this way. Do you see it? So it's going to be a nasty chop to the right on the 4 hour and upwards. Do you see? That way. Do you see? And people are going to think it's going bullish, and they're going to try to long it, and it's going to wreck these shorts, and then it's going to go bing, bing. January levels. You see that? That is the play right now, I believe. And I talked it over last night with one of my buddies in a voice call, and he said, yeah. And I told him, I said, it's not about what I said, but you got to pay attention to the idea now here. The idea is that we were just talking, and he said, oh, no, it looks like it's going to go to shit. And I'm like, yeah, it does, right? I want to short this so bad. But I said, it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. of why they would let it drop more. They never make it easy for us, do they? No, they don't, right? So you got to start thinking like the scammers. That's what I'm doing. Now, here's the thing. If they had dropped this in one shot, if they had dropped this anymore, it would have sank. Do you understand that? Below 72.32, it's January levels. All right? Yo, once you go below 72.32, it's not coming back. There's no support, and I'll tell you why there's no support. Okay? So, what am I trying to tell you right now? What I'm trying to tell you right now is you might be about to get the best short on BTC that is left for the remainder of this year. Yeah, amazing, isn't it? So, it's going to happen in the next couple days to the next week, sometime soon. All right, as I just explained to you about LTC, it's going to try to rebound up. It's going to try to wreck all of these fucking shorters. And where would it go up to? Well, let's take a look. It's probably going to try to come back up to here, up to around here, up to this line here, which is the TEMA. Why the fuck do I have the TEMA 540 on here? Yeah, it's the TEMA. That's a TEMA 540. It's probably going to try to come back up around here. Or, yeah. So it's definitely not going way back up there. Okay, I don't know. Let's wait and see. Okay, so my idea all along has been this. In order to go above 10,500, it needs to go below this pivot low of 7,300. And then it could get the energy to move above 10,500. Makes sense, right? Okay. So, right now, has it gone below that pivot low? No, it hasn't. You see how it's just such a slight difference here? It's such a tiny difference. It could have got it, but it didn't. It didn't. So what does that tell me? That tells me that this is still not a long. Right? Makes sense? It's still not a long. Why isn't it a long? Because this is the pivot low. This is the blue 1-to-1. And it is still not below this pivot low. And it is below the blue 1-to-1 of that pivot low. So I cannot long it. My rules do not allow me to long this. And because of my rules, I've been making money in the last couple of weeks, and other crypto Twitter and everybody's uncle and grandma haven't, because they've been trying to long. So what's going to happen right now is this here is a total fake thing. They dumped it. That's real. But now everybody is going to go get ready to go bullish. Do you understand that? Why? They're going to say this is a higher low. But the higher low, as I explained to you, it doesn't mean shit. Because in order to go bullish for me, it needs to go below this pivot low first. Okay? So it hasn't done that. So I am not bullish here. Absolutely zero bullish. I am not longing. I'm not touching the long button at all. Instead, while all these motherfuckers are trying to long this shit, I'm going to be short scalping it, and then I'm going to get my big short again, like what I just did, okay? Except right now, what's going to happen is you're going to see a big change in sentiment. Right now, everybody and their mom is going to go bullish, okay? What does that mean? It's going to be opportunity to short. I don't think it's going to be like this chop here. No. Now everybody's going to be bullish and they're going to think this shit is going to moon, right? Oh, because it's fucking November. It's almost the end of the year. Do you understand that? No. I'm going to short all of these people who are trying to long this. Rest in peace, you guys. Okay? Now, that's the deal there. Okay, so you guys understand that. Very simple logic, okay? Don't long below the blue 1-to-1 of the pivot low. Done. Until it gets below that pivot low. Yes, it did fall off the 8-to-1 Gann fan over here, a Gann fan line. But that only gives it a chance to make another push up, okay? So right now, in order to go bullish from this play, it needs to get above fucking, 13,600, okay? So, if the whales dildo it, wow, I'll be amazed, okay? But are they going to do it? No. Okay, they are not going to do it. All right, and I'm going to tell you why. Now let's move on to the next exhibit. Whew. Okay. Shit, man, I'm tired. You know, why I quit the trade yesterday, I was just like exhausted and tired. And, you know, like after you sit in front of your computer a long time, your brain kind of jams up, right? It kind of jams up. And then when it comes to decision making, you're kind of like frozen a little bit or don't know what to do. So that's why I'm just like, yo, fuck it. I'm going to take my money and let me close the trade, right? And it was a good decision because there's going to be more trades. You know, that's all you got to think. If you put all your hopes on one trade, life is going to be tough, right? So that's the first thing we need to do. Now this motherfucker wants to dump more? No way. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. All right, here we go, folks. Is this the one I wanted? Hold up a minute. LSMA 3000 ALMA. Okay, let's check this out. Give me a minute. Yeah, fuck it, we'll use this one. Okay, I like this one. Now, let's look at this chart here. I'm going to go to the 1 hour. This is the 1 hour. You see what happened here? What happened? By the way, the purple on this is the 800 EMA. What happened? And the red is the 1000 T EMA. What happened when the purple got below the red? Bang! See that? Motherfuckers want to troll me and my cross? No, you can't. You see that cross? See what that did? It's on November 18th on the 1 hour. That's a bear cross. Okay, this is the 1 hour chart. So it got below. So what do we got? Okay, now I want you to check something out. This is gonna be fucking really cool. All right, you guys see this line here? This little green one? This is the ALMA 5000. Do you know what the ALMA 5000 is? It's a make or break line. Okay? Now, I'm learning. I'm growing. I didn't know all of this stuff. I'm learning and growing. Okay? And after it gets down there, that's it. This is like, that's it. It's game over. Do you get what I'm saying? You get a candle close below there, game over. Okay? So now, why am I showing you that? Now, what I want you to do, let's come back to this later. Now, if you pay attention, the red came below, is coming below these. Okay? It's making a cross. Now, let's look at what happened before it began to move up to 13K. What happened? How was it? Sorry, I've got a bit of lag. Okay. Okay. Come on, Trading View. All right. Now, if you notice here, sorry guys, this is so slow. Okay, if you notice here, I'm not going to go that far back, but if you notice here that when it was going bullish, what happened? The red came above, and look. What happened when the red crossed the white? There you go. You see that? The red and white cross? You put your stop below the red, and moon time. You see that? Okay, so but what I'm trying to show you is, hey, look, what was the order of the colors on the way up? It became, at the most bullish part, red, yellow, purple, white. Okay? And then what happened? It started to get bearish. When did it get bearish? When this red started to come down. Do you see that? And then it became, what's it becoming now? You see how the red, what's the red doing? It's creeping below. Okay? The red is trying to creep below. Okay? That you got to watch that. Do you see it? It's flipping. Okay? It tried to come up. No. Rejecting. It's try to come up. No, it's rejecting. Do you see that? Okay, so this also supports my idea that it'll try to come back to hit these stops. Okay, so it's going to come back around here. Now, what I want to take you back to is May 2018. I'm not sure if the 4 hour will give me enough data. I'm not sure if the 1 hour will give me enough data. I did this in my last live stream. Do you guys remember what May 2018 was? It was the highest point before the dump. You see that? The red came below, red crossed the white. Did it come back up here? Just this one time in the summer, right? Maybe to hit these stops. But that was it. Okay? That was it. Right? Do you see that? The red came right below. It made that cross. All right? So that became white, purple, yellow, red. Right? And over here, was it able to get above this ALMA 5000? No, it kept it down. Do you see that? That's a make or break line. Okay, so that's really interesting. All right, so what was that on the way down? It became white, purple, yellow, red on the 1 hour. And then what happened? There you go. Bing. Do you see that? We're going through the same thing right now. We're going through the same thing right now. Okay. What do we say the cross became again? Just remember that. It became white, purple, and pretty much the red came down after. Okay, here this is better. White, purple, yellow, red. Okay, white, purple, yellow, red. Now let's come back to our current situation. Come on. What did it become? White is going on top. Purple's coming low. Then what? This red has to cross the yellow. White, purple. And it's going to be white, purple, this yellow, and red. So I think right now the price can come back up to about 8,100. Maybe around here, just based on that. Now, why I say there's no support this time. Look at it this way. The last time that the price dropped, you see this drop from 10,300 all the way to here, 7,700. It was still in the neighborhood of this 1,000 TMA. See that? It kind of hugged onto it, and it's like, hey, let me back in, let me back in. He's like, all right, I'll let you back in. So it got back in there. Do you see that? And then this red started to act as support, weak support. Do you see that? Weak support, but nonetheless, it got a bounce. But now, look at this here. Where's your support? There's nothing around here. Do you see that? Nothing. Nothing. Do you see this? This is all resistance up here curving down like get the fuck down. Okay? Yeah. So, why didn't the whales let it drop? Well, like I said, in order to go above, now let's go back to my theory. In order to get above 10,500, right, it needs to make a pivot below 7,300 to be able to bounce up. But the problem is that if it went below this pivot low, it would have sent it right down to 6Ks, at least. Why? There's no support. Before, there was some kind of support. It was broken, they got it back, it was weak, put in a weak bounce, dip below, yeah, it became weak. Do you see it? Broke it, reject it. Do you see how this red line, the 1000 TEMA just became weaker and weaker and weaker? So if they had let it drop right here, it would have tanked straight to 6Ks. And do you think that the exchanges would have given us a free short like that? They would have given everybody free BTC? No, no way. Okay, so they're going to chop it a bit, probably, and then take it down. Take it down in steps. So that's one thing that we need to wrap our minds around, is that everything happens in steps, not in one shot. Okay, the problem here, folks, is that a lot of us got into crypto during the bull run, specifically between summer and winter, between the time of summer and winter 2017. And we were used to dildo, dildo, dildo. So we think trading is all dildos and shit. No, it's not, okay? So that's something that I've wrapped my head around and accepted, that it's not like that. So that's what most people want. Right now, everybody's going to talk about moon from here. It's not going to happen. Okay, so I just explained to you why it's not going to happen. And I did explain to you my idea about the 4-hour 1999 chart. Okay, I could put in a little bounce here. Okay, and yeah, I could put in a bit of a bounce, but it's headed down. Now, what's going to lead the way for me is going to be LTC. So I'm just going to watch LTC. Why? Because this chart is so smooth and LTC is ready for death. It is on the verge of death. All right. Do you guys see that? It is about to die. Okay, below that line, you're looking at below $50 to $20 LTC. All right? That's insane. Fuck, shit. And you guys might call my method like fucking crazy and or like lines on a chart and shit, but yo, I've been using it, and I use a 1999 chart to call the move up to 10,500. So I mean, if I use the same chart to call the move up to 10,500, and now I'm telling you with the same chart that this shit is going down to 3K, hey, it's my chart. I know how to read it. So if you take the time, you know, you could learn it too. But I mean, you know, just taking my charts and using them is not enough. I mean, why? Because you won't know how to apply the data. Like most of the difficulty in trading is actually being able to have faith in yourself. So, I mean, if you haven't used my charts for as long as I have, it's probably going to be difficult for you to be able to trust them and rely on them 100%, like, or rely on them as much as I do, right? Because you're always going to have some doubt, right? But through practical experience, I have seen this work out again and again and again and again, and I know that my charts work. So I know my method is good for me. It works for me. So I see what everybody else doesn't see. And I'm quite happy about that, and I'm gonna stick to what works for me. You guys stick to whatever works for you, and yeah, that's all it's gonna be. Okay, so that's what's happening on the bigger time frame. Okay, that's what's happening on the bigger time frame. And yo, I called this like way back in fucking July, yo. Was it July? August? August, I think. Okay. Okay, now let's take a look at what's happening here. Whew. Let's take a look. Okay, so overall, yeah, it's going to 3K. All right. It's going to 3K. Break below 7,300. It's going to go to 6Ks first, and then it's going to ultimately go to 3K. All right. We got that. Glad we got that out of the way. Now, short time frame. What are we looking for on the smaller time frame? Really interesting. Where is this here? Now, if you take a look here, the 1 hour has not bottomed. Okay, this is the 1 hour 11:11, and I don't normally use it, but this is a tough time, so it makes sense. Okay, now if you notice that each time it breaks an EMA, it likes to bounce up. Okay, break, bounce back up, break, and then what? It likes to kind of at least retest the EMA right there. So, what am I looking for here? Honestly, I am right now. I'm looking for a move up. Okay, I'm looking for a move up to about 8K. 8,100, okay? Right there. So, where to? Now is where I use this pivot high. Okay? If you notice here, there's a red 2-to-1. From the pivot high has been the short area. Now the price is going to chop and shit and pump and chop and whatever, and it's going to go towards this red 2-to-1 right here. Excuse me. All right. That's what I believe, and I believe that the price will reject around it, if not before it. Okay. And yeah, I could try to pump up above it, but you got all of this resistance to knock it down. This is the 1 hour. So let's draw some fans. Do I want to use this chart? Yeah, let's use this chart. Okay, let me clean this up a bit. Yeah, yesterday was fucking crazy. All right. Now, moving forward, you know it's the end of the year. So, yeah, like I said, be ready for a slowdown, okay? It's just going to slow down. So even though the last week, no. Yeah, okay. You know, this week I still caught some trades. It was like just some scalps, but there wasn't much. So I've been pretty good at catching most of the moves actually. I've been pretty good at it. I catch every like. I've caught like 90% of the, well, 90%, maybe about 80% of the moves. I've caught most of the big moves. And I've been on the right direction of the big moves. Right? That's been amazing. So if I can keep doing that, I'll be very proud of myself. Okay, let's draw the scan fan here. Now again, from this pivot low, now we're going to get some new possibilities. It's going to be interesting. Everybody and their mom is going to chart along this. Ha ha ha. Do I believe it's going lower? No, I don't believe it's going lower. Can I long it? I'm not longing it. Okay. So folks, that is your Gann fan from the pivot low. Okay, now we are going to redraw this fan just in case there's some error, just in case it has moved. So I always tell you guys that you must redraw your fans. Redraw them every couple of days, at least once a week, all right? Unless it's a chart that you like never touch. Right, but if it's a chart that's usually open on your desktop, yeah, you got to redraw the fans. This is kind of off. You guys know what's going to happen, right? In another couple months, we are going to have this locked down so perfectly. So perfectly. It's going to be the same shit over and over again. And we will be so good. All right. There you go. That's fine. All right. Now, if you notice, as soon as it broke below the blue 1-to-1, that's it. You just don't long. You don't long. You see that? I've been telling you guys. I've been telling you, if we just short, I shorted most of that. I forgot where I shorted. I shorted 9,200. I shorted 9,200. I forgot. I shorted all of this, most of it. Right? I shorted most of this. Below the blue 1-to-1, I shorted most of this. I shorted this too. I longed this. I scalped in here like crazy. Right? So it's been great. Now here's the deal. This motherfucker is just going to, it's going to try to fake everybody out and bounce and shit. Okay, but it's going to get some resistance. And it's probably going to get some resistance around these MAs, or what, whatever MAs they are. Okay, and okay. Yeah, so you see how I redrew it, and now this red 2-to-1 is over here from the pivot low. Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, that's very interesting. So, okay, anyway, it's this line now. See, it was kind of off, but yeah, now it's this line here. It's probably going to make a bounce to about 7,800 to 8,200 at the most, okay? 8,100 to 8,200. We're looking for resistance up there. And if it takes some more time, these MAs will come down, and it may not get that much. So today is November 22nd. Okay, so maybe around the 24th. So start looking for a short here around this 4-to-1. Okay, but wait, let it get up and do its pushing and shit, and let it get below this blue 1-to-1. Okay, so that's what I'm waiting for. So it's gonna chop right now, but once it gets below this blue 1-to-1, we're gonna get some good plays. Okay. That's what's going to happen. So we're going to let it chop around here. Everybody's going to try to long it, short it. It's going to confuse the fuck out of people, especially because the weekend is coming. And then I doubt it will get past this this one right here. Okay, I doubt it's going to get past that, and that is the 4-to-1. No, that is the 4-to-1. I doubt it's going to get above that. It doesn't seem likely, okay? It doesn't seem likely. So it's Friday now in Asia. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this is all going to be chop. And I'm expecting this 8-to-1 to act as a resistance. This 8-to-1 from the pivot low. I'm expecting it to act as a resistance. And that's it. Yeah, I don't think it's coming over. You could try to get above there. You can get above the 8-to-1. It's going to get rejected down here. Okay, it's going to get rejected down here. You got all of this resistance, so much resistance here. You got this one, this 4-to-1. You got resistance everywhere. It's trapped. Okay, it is totally trapped. Okay, it's trapped like a motherfucker. It's got resistance everywhere, okay? So short scalp it. That's all I could tell you right now. And there's nothing I could, short term, I can't tell you shit right now. But it needs to get above 7,700-ish, okay? In order to avoid going down. And if it breaks this pivot low, you just short it, okay? If it breaks below 73.91, it's a short. Okay, watch this 8-to-1. Even then, it's a short. So right now, no longs, just scalps. Okay, that's what I got for you guys. You guys got questions? So yeah, I believe this is going down. It's not bullish, and don't long below the blue 1-to-1 of the pivot low. Look for short scalps. Take every short scalp on the 0.314 Renko strategy. If we get some 1 minute 11:11 shorts, perfect. If we get some 6 minute 11:11 shorts, perfect. Okay, so short all you want. Have a good time while everybody's trying to talk about the moon and shit. All right. Does anybody have any questions, guys? Questions? Okay, and the easiest thing to watch for is watch LTC. Okay, I think LTC is going to try to go up and reject around this red 2 to 1. Okay, that's what's to watch for, and that'll tell us to enter short on BTC. That's a 4-hour LTC. All right, guys, that's what it is. Yeah, get ready. It's going to shit. All right, let everybody try to long and shit. It's not going to the moon. All right, I just showed you. I showed you the 4-hour 11:11. I showed you. It's very clear. All right, if you looked at it all year, I've talked about it in my last 2 live streams. The plays I've called in my last 2 live streams almost exact. Pretty much, except for some minor fluctuations, a little bit different. Like I was expecting a pop on the 6 minute 11:11. Didn't happen, right? No, it happened. The 1 minute happened. The 1 minute play happened, but it didn't last for as long as I thought it would, right? I was surprised when it came down so quickly. Yeah. So I just want to tell you guys something. I got something really incredible that I'm working on, and yeah, if I keep the group open after January 18th, I'll probably let you guys. I'll probably tell you guys some more about it. But yeah, this is totally fucking. It's the way to go. So, I mean, guys, it's your money. If you want to long, you can long. You can do whatever you want. But I'm not gonna long. And I just as a friend, I suggest to you that if you guys are longing, yeah, be careful and don't take some super big risks, okay? Yeah, stops are expensive. So my goal moving forward in the next, well, it's been my goal for this week. It's to avoid stops and take high probability trades that are more likely to work out. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to continue with it because it's been safe and it's been pretty effective. Right, it's been pretty effective. So, yeah, that's it. Other than that, I'm just like, I'm tired out. I need a break. So this weekend, I'm not taking any trades. It's just going to be a chop. Every weekend has proven to be a chop, and it's time to rest and prepare for next week. I might take a scalp or 2 on the 0.314 Renko, but really, it's pointless. It's just going to chop so bad. It's pointless to take a trade, I think, right now with the weekend coming up. Yeah, we might get another short, maybe. A short scalp. Let's see. So, yeah, that's what I got, guys. Yeah, get ready for fucking 3K. It'll be fun. And I think this has room to go back up to about 8K. Yeah, this red line right here is going to retest it around 8K. Over 8,100, yeah, kind of tough, right? Kind of tough to get over 8,100, but let's see. Okay, it's not going to the moon. So I don't care. Ah, yeah. I don't think it's going over 81.29. Oh, that'll be interesting. Yeah, if I see a short around 8,100, 8,900, or... Yeah, if I see a short, today is the 22nd. 22nd... If I see a short close to 8,100, I'm willing to take it. I'm totally willing to take it. If I see a short opportunity, I need to look at the charts if that happens. So around 8,100, I would be very happy to take a short. Okay, if it gets there, that's on this chart. Okay, this red 2 to 1, I think it's, okay, so guys, like I said, the Gann fan depends a lot about how you are drawing it, right? Right, and right on this chart is the red 2 to 1, on the other is the 4 to 1. Now guys, this is my chart right here, and anyway, I'm not going to get into it. I'll find the old chart and post it here, but yeah, I believe it's going to 3K. I said this like back in July, and I still believe in the same theory. Okay, I still believe in the same theory. Oh, and you guys know all these blips? Yeah, you know all of these blips? Do you know what they are? They're bot calls. Yeah, these are bot calls, guys. Yeah, I used to keep track of all the bot calls. So yeah, I love the bot. You know, I practice a lot of my TA with the bot and using bot as confluence and using bot as confluence for backtesting my TA, and yeah, so yeah. Oh my God, what did I say here? The price is broken below the red 2 to 1. Above this price is bullish. Do you see this? Above this is bullish, right? Yeah. Below this line, the next level of support is the blue 1 to 1 line, which is the last level of bullish support from this pivot high. If this support were hit right now, it would be 35.30. With each day that's passing, the support is becoming lower. Okay, so yeah, do you see this? This red 2 to 1, that's it. Below that is bearish. Above that is bullish. Do you see we're bearish now, right? And where's the next support? Is right down here. Come to daddy. Right here, come to papa. Right here, 3K. Do you see that? Okay, really interesting. Okay, really interesting. And then anyway, I'm not going to get into more. I already discussed this. I'll put that there. Okay. Do you see that? The price needs to break below this circled purple line from the pivot low in 2015 before it can move to a new all-time high, or a high higher than the most recent pivot high in June 2019. No, I'm not going to get it. You guys are going to say I'm nuts, okay? But yeah. So what's going to happen, guys? Anyway, long term, I believe everybody's going to get it. There's going to be more cycles of this, okay? So there's going to be more cycles. So let's wait and see what happens, okay? Let's wait and see what happens. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say right now. Okay, so get ready to short. Like I said, around 8100. If I find a short opportunity and I see it on my chart, I will take it. I think that would be a good short. Okay, so watch my last live stream. I mean, most of the stuff I said today was already covered in my previous live stream. It's just a rehash. Again, stick to the rule. Don't long below the blue 1 to 1 from the pivot low. That is the pivot low, not this. Okay, just because this is the pivot low does not mean you should long from here. Yeah, you could take a long, but it will eventually become shaky. Okay, and probably take you out, chop you out. Okay, so guys, that's all I got for today. Get some rest, and yeah, I'm gonna get some rest. I'm shit exhausted, and after you make some money, you should always get some rest. All right, and think back on the trades you've taken, and what's helped you do well, and what the mistakes you made, and how you're gonna improve from what you did, and do better and avoid those same mistakes again. And you need to kind of like visualize it in your head of you actually being in the situation and how you would handle it, right? So when you're in a trade, think both ways. If A, then B. If X, then Y, right? So you gotta always be open to all possibilities. And yesterday I closed my trade early just because, one thing, I was like really exhausted, and two, I wanted to go to the gym for a long time and I hadn't gone to the gym, and I had a plan to go. Also, when I'm out of the house, it's very hard for me to get a VPN connection on my phone or even on my work computer. So in China, I can't access Discord or BitMax or Twitter or YouTube or anything without a VPN connection because it's all blocked. So even if I had a stop on my short, BitMax probably would have rejected my stop if the price swung back. So I would have lost money on it. So I thought I was very happy to just take my profit, and that's what I did. And I had told you guys that you could just let put your stops in profit and do your thing. Meaning what? Go and do whatever the fuck you want. You know, like yo, I got you that far, and like whatever the fuck else you want to do, it's up to you. You know. So yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, that's it. Let's get ready for the next step, right? Okay, stay safe, get some rest, and yeah, don't lose your money, right? Thank you guys.